In this lesson, we're going to answer the question, how do I analyze and describe the structure of expressions? So here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to take a look at a variety of expressions, mostly algebraic expressions, and we are going to analyze them by following the order of operations. We're not doing any solving. We are just going to look for each different part of the expression and we're going to circle it. And we're going to circle them in the order of operations. Take a look at the example on page 172. Here we have the expression 7 times the difference of a and 5 minus a to the second power. Step 1. First, we're going to worry about parentheses. You know the order of operations says to perform all operations inside parentheses first. So in my expression, I'm going to circle the parentheses. And you can see that that's been done here. We've circled a minus 5. Step 2 is all about the powers. So now I'm going to look at my expression. I'm going to look for powers. And I'm going to circle them. Here I have a power. I have a to the second power. So remember, I'm going to circle the base and the exponent. So the big A and the little 2. Step 3. Next is multiplications and divisions, right? So I'm going to look for multiplications and divisions as they appear from left to right, and I'm going to circle them. This is where it gets really tricky. Look carefully here. I am multiplying 7 times the difference of a and 5. I'm actually going to circle this whole thing here because the things that I'm multiplying is 7 times whatever my answer is of a minus 5. I'm doing 7 times a difference. So that whole thing is multiplication. Now step 4, it says look for additions and subtractions as they appear from left to right. Recall that parts of an expression that are added or subtracted are terms. If you remember, we had talked about terms before, and we said that terms are separated by addition and subtraction signs. What we're going to do for this step is we're actually not going to circle any, extra additions or subtractions. What we're going to do is we're going to circle any terms that are not already circled. In this case, we don't have anything else that hasn't been circled. We've already circled every term. We actually have 2 terms here. 2 terms. Obviously, this a to the second power is one of the terms. It's being separated by the other term by that subtraction sign there. The other term is 7 times a minus 5, or 7 times the difference of a and 5. That whole thing is a term. I know there's a subtraction sign in the parentheses, but I need to do that subtraction in order to get my multiplication done. Therefore, that whole multiplication of 7 times the difference is one term. So I have 7 times the difference of a and 5. That's my first term. My other term is a to the second power. That's my second term. And they're being separated by an, I almost said an addition sign, a subtraction sign. Once you've analyzed an expression, you can make a simple diagram to show its structure. The diagram for an expression shows the terms and indicates whether each term is a number, a variable, a product, a quotient, or a power. So here is a diagram for that expression, 7 times the difference of a and 5 minus a to the 5th power. Remember, this whole thing was one term, 7 times the difference. That's a product. That one term, 7 times the difference, that's a product because we're doing 7 times that difference. It's multiplication. It's a product. The other term is a power, a to the second power. And take a look at how we set up the diagram. We have 2 ovals. The first oval has 2 circles in it to represent, the 7 and the difference of a and 5. The other oval represents, the power, and inside we put a circle with the little, power of 2, the little exponent of 2. So this diagram shows that the expression has 2 terms. One of those terms is a product. The other term is a power. Take a look at page 173. Let's do this one together. We have the expression 18 divided by 2 plus 4 times p to the second power. Okay, step 1. Look for parts of the expression in parentheses, right? We have to follow the order of operations. Parentheses comes first. And, well, there's no parentheses, so step 1, complete. Step 2, look for powers. Circle them. Okay, I've got a power right here, p to the second power. Step 2, check. Step 3, multiplications and divisions from left to right. Well, I see a division here. I've got 18 divided by 2. And I actually see a multiplication as well. I'm doing 4 times that power, 4 times p to the second power. Step 3 is complete. I've gotten all the multiplications and divisions done. Now remember, for step 4, basically all you have to remember, you're not really going to circle any additions or subtractions. Just circle any terms that you haven't already circled. I don't want to circle any additions or subtraction signs or anything with those signs because I need them to separate my terms. So in this case, there's no terms that haven't already been circled. I've circled everything. So step 4 is technically complete. What would that look like in my diagram? You can see that I have 2 terms. The first term is 18 divided by 2. Take a look at the diagram. I put an oval, and inside that oval are 2 circles to represent the 18 and the 2. That first term is a quotient. Now our second term right here, 4 times p to the second power, here's how I would diagram it. I've got my oval with 2 dots inside. One dot would be for the 4, the other would be, I should say dots, I should say circles. One circle would be for 4, the other circle would be for the power. And if you want, you can even put that little, 2 in there, that little power of 2 or exponent of 2, that's fine. But you can see that the second term is a product. So the first term is a quotient, the second term is a product, and they're being separated by that addition sign. Take a look at 174. Let's do a few more together. Here we have 7 plus 2 times the difference of a and 3. Let's see, PEMDAS, or order of operations. First I have to circle parentheses. Then I have to circle powers, but I don't have any powers. Then multiplications or divisions. Well, it looks like I have 2 times a minus 3. I'm multiplying 2 times a difference. I'm doing 2 times the difference of a and 3. So that whole thing is multiplication. And then all that's left is look for, or remember, for additions and subtractions, just circle anything that hasn't already been circled. In this case, that poor 7, that 7 hasn't been circled yet, so I'm going to give it a circle. And now I'm going to diagram it. I've got 2 terms here. These 2 terms are being separated by an addition sign. The first term is basically a number. That's it, just a number. The second term is a product because I'm doing 2 times the difference of a and 3. So my diagram would look like this: a number plus a product. Take a look at number 15. Same thing. First, I'm going to look for parentheses. No parentheses. Then comes exponents. I've got a power here. I've got b to the second power. Then I have to look for multiplications and divisions. It looks like I see multiplication here. No division. And then the last step, I just circle anything that hasn't already been circled, which is usually just extra numbers. In this case, this 6 hasn't been circled yet. Notice I left the addition signs alone. I need them separating my terms. In this case, I have 3 different terms. The first term is a power. The second term is a product. My third term is just a number. So 3 terms made up of a power, a product, and a number. So it's basically the sum, because I'm adding, right? I'm adding all of these terms. It's the sum of a power, a product, and a number. And this one over here for number 14, that was the sum of a number and a product, because I'm adding a number and a product. All right, so here are your takeaways. When you're analyzing an expression, please follow the order of operation, circle parts of the expression at each step. Do not circle additions and subtractions at the end because they must separate the terms. This is very important. Do not circle additions and subtractions at the end because they must separate the terms. Remember, just circle any terms that have not already been circled. And here's all the steps that you will see in your workbook. And then for your diagram, a diagram for an expression shows the terms and indicates whether each term is a number, a variable, a product, a quotient, a power. And you can say, oh, it's my whole expression is just the sum of, maybe a variable and a product, or maybe it's the difference of a quotient and a power. So being able to write that diagram will help you to, it will help you to see the structure of your expression.